Welcome to the SoberQ podcast.
Zac, alcoholic. What did we do to start living on a spiritual basis? I got sober in another country, and often people say, alcohol beat me into a state of reasonableness. What happened with me is that sobriety beat me into a state of reasonableness. I was miserable. No matter what I did, I didn't feel okay. I was going to the sauna. I was going from the hot pool to the cold pool. I was trying to eat all vegetables. I was trying to solve this internal problem with external conditions. And I finally gave up. I said, I don't know. I said, I feel like I'm losing my mind, to the man who became my first sponsor. And he said, it's about time. Maybe now we can begin. He had me get on my knees each morning and pray this third step prayer. And if I felt like I was paying lip service, to start over. I always felt like I was paying lip service, so I always started over. Looking back, that was my surrender. That's how I began to live a spiritual life. I ended up getting back to the United States, and long story short, I got high for 3 days straight, and I got down to New Orleans with about a month and a half sober, and I met a man from Iceland, and what that man said to me is, he said, you sound like Jim. You made a good beginning, but you failed to enlarge your spiritual life. And I thought, how dare this man? I'm praying in the morning. I don't even believe in God. I think all of this is hokey. What are you talking about? And what he did saved my life with one sentence in the book, Alcoholics Anonymous. He took me to Bill's story. And in that story, what Bill says is, for if an alcoholic failed to perfect and enlarge his spiritual life through work and self-sacrifice for others, he could not survive the certain trials and low spots ahead. If he did not work, he would surely drink. And if he drank, he would surely die, then faith would be dead indeed. Something like this. So I bought it. For whatever reason, I bought it, and I went around asking people who relapsed, who said, I stopped going to meetings, I stopped calling my sponsor, so on and so forth. I would ask them, what did you do with all your sponsees? And I never heard that story. I never heard a guy who said, I met with a sponsee at 6 and another one at 8, and I don't know what happened. I was just drinking at 9. The problem with which I suffer from is I cannot stop thinking about myself. I wake up every morning thinking about myself. Most of the things I do in Alcoholics Anonymous, I do not want to do. And so I started loading up this old van that I called the Vanberghini and picking up drunks and taking them to meetings. And I was driving one time, and I turned to the back seat, and this man was talking about my sponsor this, my sponsor that. And finally I said to him, who is your sponsor? And he said, you are. I said, hey, I have a good name at this treatment center. Don't sully my name with your half-assed sponsorship. And I learned through sponsoring other men how to not need so much control, how to not be a bully anymore, how to not try to play God. I learned through other men how to love, how to be patient, how to look and see that it's not about what I'm doing for them. It's all about what they are doing for me. Any attempt to get outside of myself is me enlarging my spiritual life.
If you would like to share your experience on a recovery question, visit the SoberQ podcast website at soberq.com. Thanks for listening.